the more I listen to social media and watch all of the stuff that's going on after the passing of Charlie Kirk, it's just crazy. Christians, particularly, a lot of the celebrities that claims Christianity, but no one seems to care about his death, or I should say a lot of them don't care about it. I began to watch his videos after the fact. And I don't agree with everything that the man used to say. I don't agree with everything that he stood for. However, at the end of the day, that was still a human with a soul. And yeah, we could argue what about the shootings in the schools? That one man has nothing to do with the school shootings. That's just pure evil that is going on. And unfortunately, they have access to the firearms, which that was something he stood for. But I still would not say that it is okay to solely blame him. Has he said some pretty condescending, disrespectful things in the past? Maybe even just before he passed. But that still does not give Christians the right to gloat. Maybe you need to perhaps read Matthew chapter 5. He says you love what is good, hate what is evil. So you mean to tell me killing someone is not evil? And no one can come on here and tell me, well, you haven't lost anyone to gun violence. But that is untrue. Both of my first cousins' sons were murdered several years ago. My son was shot in the back several years ago. My niece lost her life to gun violence about a month or two ago. So it's not about not being empathetic towards the family who have lost their children. I truly do pray that God gives them some type of peace with what's going on in the school systems. You take prayer out of the schools. Where I work, over the monitor, I work for a hospital, and every morning a prayer is made for everyone in the hospital, staff, patients, just everyone, every single morning. Prayer is needed. So you could try to keep guns off of the streets all day long, but until people turn away from their evil and wicked ways, someone will be able to grab a gun. Someone would be able to snatch and kidnap someone. There's so many things that people could do to hurt and harm a person besides guns. And it's not the guns, it's the people who utilize it. It's a sad day. It's a sad, sad day. So no, Funky Dineva did a video and he said, I don't give a bleep about the wife, the children, or none of his family. He says to him, he feels like this was poetic justice. I just can't gloat on someone losing their life. That is just crazy to me. So I would suggest that everyone takes accountability for yourselves. Pray and seek the Lord. I'm learning to stop being sitting back and being a spectator of everything that everyone else is talking about, instead of doing the research for myself, getting into the Bible, studying it, and understanding, okay, yes, his viewpoints about abortion, I am completely against abortions. My 2 kids would not be here today. My 2 children would literally not be here today had I listened to the 2 men that I had them for. Both of them wanted me to have an abortion. So that is something I didn't stand for. Homosexuality, it doesn't affect me to the point to where I'm bashing and I hate them so much. I have family members who is in that lifestyle. But it's not to bash them. It's just something that God does not want us to entertain and be a part of. You cannot condone it. You could love on them. You could respectfully, occasionally remind them of Christ. That's what we have to start doing. We can't be throwing people under the bus. Jamal Bryant got up there, and I'm really, like I said, I'm really starting to pay close attention. A video was made by Abendigo that I watched last night, and he had documentations of what Martin Luther King stood for in his own writing. But yet, we celebrated him, and from my understanding, we're celebrating a man who didn't believe in the Christian faith. So we follow people, follow, because black people are already very emotional people. We get on, we get into our souls real easy. So anytime someone is giving a radical message about blacks and all of these politics and things that's going on, we jump right straight smack dab on it, not knowing none of the background of the person. And when he said that last night about Abendigo spoke about Martin Luther King, he was absolutely correct. I don't recall any sermon where he's actually teaching the things of God. It was always politics and more of motivations. Jamal Bryant, I've listened to him a few times, the same thing. What in the world is going on in this world? What? Listen, if y'all don't think the end times is near, you have got to be up underneath a rock someplace and just absolutely cannot see. Cannot see. Because it's real. This thing has got to stop. So I'm going to say it once again. I've had this conversation with several people, and all of them, like, they don't care. They don't care because of what he stood for. But then I watched a video last night where Charlie Kirk literally told a what is it, national, I forgot what it's called, but he is pro white people, and Charlie Kirk had him thrown out of the building. Get him out of here. So although we don't agree with everything that the man has said throughout the years, you have to agree with some things. Was his delivery awful? Yes, his delivery was awful in a lot of things. But the same way his delivery was awful, let me use this for an example. Remember how Wendy Williams on her show used to bash so many celebrities? But people cheered her on. They cheered her on. They didn't mind that. She spoke her mind. She said what she had to say, and she didn't care about anything else. And that's what that type of guy was. It's like he said what he got to say. The method and the tone sometimes was very arrogant, extremely arrogant. But at the end of the day, he's no different from anyone else who's reckless on social media, reckless to the public, saying a whole bunch of different things. Now, I don't agree with the way that they're handling him because, heck, great children get killed all of the times. A person could be riding along the road and killed by an officer. It could be a student, college student. People are murdered all day long. So why do we put so much emphasis on this one individual? Those are the things that I can't get. Their life is no more important than mine. What they do out in the public, my life is just as important outside of the public eyes. And everybody has to understand and realize that I have great empathy for him, something that he himself said he doesn't care for. Charlie Kirk said he just did not care for empathy. So now, unfortunately, the very thing that he didn't care for, people are giving him exactly what he wanted. A lot of people. No empathy for him and none for his family. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Please like, comment, and share it. I'm looking around. I'm sitting outside on my lunch break. So I'm looking around and trying to be a little bit reserved. So you all take care of yourselves. And again, please share this video. If you've not already done so, subscribe to my channel. And guys, y'all, we have to continue to pray. I'm not putting my hope and trust in no preacher right now. It's going to be me and God. That's my boss. Do I have someone down here that's going to be overseeing my soul? Yes. But I'm not going to idolize another man, because so many of them are making horrible mistakes right now. Horrible. So take care, guys.